Good evening. This is Kingdom Finance coming to you in your favorite channel, In Christ Television, where we say your money should grow. Previously, we have been talking about starting a business. We talked about various steps we take when starting a business. We talked about how you generate business ideas, where we addressed that a viable business idea should be, number one, that is capturing your passion, your interests. Number two, that also covers your skills, your areas of expertise, what you're good at. And of course, number three, what is trading. Therefore, we are saying that for your business idea to be viable, for your business idea to be the one that will be at the cutting edge, that will be able to bring money to you, that will be able to grow your wealth, it has to capture those three parameters. I repeat, for the sake of those who didn't watch our previous programs, we said, number one, that business idea should capture your interest and your passion. And number two, it should cover your area of expertise, your area of experience, your area of where you are skilled. And of course, number three, the idea should be trading. By trading, I mean this is idea that will produce goods and services that will have already market, that will have customers, that will have people who are willing and able to buy goods and services as a result of the business idea that you have generated. So today we are going to take on the same, where we are going to see, now after you have generated your business idea, now that you have a business plan, you have analyzed the market and all these things, how do you now start the business? What is the first practical step? How now do you walk the talk? Yeah, the things that you've been writing on papers, the things that you've been thinking at the middle of the night, the dreams you've been having, how now do you come to implementing it such that now you do what you call the actual business, right? In other words, we are saying now shifting or moving from the planning stage, shifting from that stage of brainstorming, that stage of business research, that stage of evaluating this and that idea to see which one is trading, to see which one is marketable. Now you have all what you have on papers, you have all what you have on your tables. Now how do you move from working on your table to the marketplace, to that place where you're supposed to actualize your dream? Therefore, we can talk about now business actualization, or otherwise putting the hard to work, or where the rubber meets the tarmac. Now, with your business idea in your hands, the first thing you should ask yourself is, how am I going to convert the ideas I have into goods and services, yeah, that have a particular demand in the market, such that this demand will be translated or be converted into sales, and these sales will be converted into revenue, because at the end of the day we have to get revenue. Yeah, many of these businesses we are talking about, maybe apart from things like charitable organizations, churches, and all these other non-profit making organizations, we are talking about an organization that will bring in money to you. Therefore, at the end of the day, I repeat that this business idea must be converted into goods and services that have transactable values, with ready clientele base, with ready customers, with ready market, yeah, such that now you are able to translate the idea into sales, and these sales will bring a revenue, and part of this revenue will be your profit, and this is the money you are saying should come to you. Therefore, there are so many, there are a few steps we are supposed to take, and step number one is, where are you going to be located? Yeah, and at this stage, we are not talking about where you are, where you'll be located in terms of paperwork. We are saying moving out and acquiring space. That should be the first step. Move out and acquire space. Right? In other words, your situation. Where will your business be situated? In this case, depending on your business, some businesses need you to go and rent an office. Yeah, for instance, if you are offering consultancy services, yeah, if your business is about offering this or that consultancy, you have to get an office, you have to rent an office space in a busy town or in an area that depending on the kind of people you want to offer services to. For instance, if you are looking at the lower cadre of people or people of lower income, of course you can go to one of the small towns. If you're looking to if your clientele base is in people of higher income, of course you're going to go to bigger towns. You're going to go maybe to the city or one of the busy streets or one of the prestigious estates. For instance, in the case of our country, you can think about an office in the CBD, an office in Westlands, yeah, an office in Haringam, an office in Keleleshwa, and some of these posh places, depending on the kind of customers you want to attract to your business. For instance, if you're talking about a hospital, of course, you have to rent a premises, yeah, that can accommodate your facilities. For instance, an office requires a chemist. It requires maybe a ward. It requires maybe a waiting bay. It requires maybe a doctor's office and such thing. Therefore, the first thing you should think about is space. Where will you be operating from? Depending on what you are offering, depending on the goods you are producing. For instance, suppose our business is to produce goods and goods or products like loaves of bread, like plastic products, like hair products, yeah, like some of the ointments, oils, cooking products, maybe cooking flour, maybe anything you are producing. You have to ask yourself, what amount of space do I need to start my business? Yeah, what facilities do I need in the premises? If you are, for instance, in retail shops, of course you have to start your shop. You have to acquire maybe a front shop or a shop that is that opens to the main road. The shop that opens maybe to a busy street. If you are selling clothes and such, yeah. So the first thing you should think about is the space. Where are you going to operate from? Where are you going to? Where will your customers be coming to obtain or to buy goods and services? Yeah, to be provided the services in. Where are you going to operate from? For instance, if you are doing businesses like a small scale trade, maybe in the marketplace, maybe in the open air market, you have to go there and secure a space where you are going to operate from. Because I said previously that people want to work with the trust. They want to trust you. Yeah, they won't trust you if you don't have a space you're working in. You're working, a place where they can come and come back later in case there's a discrepancy between what you are offering and the real product that they came and bought from your shop. Yeah, you have to understand that people want to know where you're working from, where you're operating from. So that is the first most important thing. Where are you going to run your business in? Yeah, and I repeat this for the sake of emphasis, that you don't just hire a space. Depending on what you wrote down on your business plan, that's how you are going to determine the kind of space you are going to work with, the kind of town you are going to operate from, depending on the customers you want to attract to your business. So at this point now we have a place where you are working in, you have an office, you have an industry, maybe it's a big company, a big manufacturing firm. Maybe you want to manufacture maybe building materials like cement. Yeah, we are trusting God for big things. So those big things you are trusting God for, they are actualized by taking the first step of acquiring a space from where you are going to run your company. Sometimes you might need to buy land, maybe depending on, suppose you want to do a school. Yeah, you might need to buy a piece of land. You might buy a parcel of land where you are going to put the construction, to put the building, the blocks where you are going to handle your students, to handle the pupils or the learners. Yeah, you are going if to be maybe a boarding school. You have to consider all these things. So the most important thing is to consider what exactly do you need? What type of space do you need? What amenities, yeah, are you looking for? Because, for instance, if it is a school, you must get into a space with a lot of water, yeah, a lot, a constant supply of electricity, reliable power, electricity, yeah, reliable access, yeah, access roads, yeah. So there are so many factors to consider when deciding on the space or on the location of your business. For instance, if you're operating a business with raw materials, one of the factors you must consider is what are the sources of raw material? Where are you going to get your raw materials? For instance, suppose you want to start a furniture business, we are going to get timbers from the forest, and then build or construct furnitures, make furnitures for sale, maybe make couches, make tables, make chairs, make all these utilities in homes. That's one of the things you must consider. For instance, it is easier to transport finished furnitures. It is easier to transport timber than to transport furnitures. Yeah, so you don't go to start a furniture shop in the forest, because that's where your products are coming, that's where your raw materials are coming from. You have to consider things like market. Whatever you are producing, the most important aspect of your business is the market. Yeah, because you don't want to produce furnitures in the forest and then maybe mankind will buy them. No, it's people who are going to buy your furnitures. So factors to consider are market. What are you selling? Who are you selling to? Yeah, where are the people that need to buy your products? So there are so many things, as you can see. We can talk and talk, we can expound on this, factors to consider when deciding your place of operation, where you're operating. We have talked about amenities. We have talked about availability of space. Yeah, because sometimes you go to a place because of the space available. You get it? For instance, suppose you want to start a plant, a manufacturing plant. You won't start it in the CBD because there is no space. You have to take it to the open fields. For instance, along Mombasa Road, there are so many open places you can go and start. Therefore, that's one of the things you must sit down and consider and do your research and walk around. Yeah, remember we are saying we are done with paperwork. Now it is putting pen to work. Yeah, it is putting the front leg forward, followed by the back leg. You get it? So space. You must have a good space. And of course, as we are saying, at this point, we believe that we are transformed. We are transformed. We have, we know the kind of people we are reaching to. We know who our services are targeted to. We know our target market. Therefore, where you're operating depends on the kind of people you want to reach. Yeah, the high-end people won't come to a small town somewhere unless you are highly valuable. Yeah, they're not going to come to your shop somewhere behind the bush. You have to go where they are. You have to show them that they should pay for your services by, of course, giving them space or operating in a space that reflect the kind of money they are going to give to your company or to your business. Now we have the space. Yeah, with the space now, the second thing we are supposed to think about is what do we need in that space? Yeah, because I believe, for instance, you have hired a hall, maybe a 2,000 square meter hall. The second thing you have to ask yourself is that what type of offices do you need inside there? For instance, in case of a consultancy services, maybe you are going to have the reception area, you are going to have what you call the waiting bay. That is in case of a consultancy firm. In case of manufacturing, you have to consider the kind of equipment you are supposed to have. Yeah, the kind of machines. Yeah, you're supposed to have. How are you going to partition your space? Because you must do it in a way that is both economical, that both reflect the image you want to push to the customer, because I have said previously that image is very, very important. So now with your space, you must understand what exactly do you need inside this space. For instance, if it's a retail shop, if it is a cloth line, you know, maybe a boutique, you must have excellent shelves. You know, you must have racks for your shoes. You must have shelves where you're going to hang your clothes. Yeah, that's just one of the example. In case of a retail shop, where you are dealing with maybe household goods, you know, goods that are commonly used in the family, like salt, sugar, cooking oil, and all these products. Of course, your retail shop or you know, where you're operating, you know, must have excellent shelves, you know, well arranged stuff to make sure that your customers won't have much problems, you know, observing what you are selling, inspecting what you are selling, you know, and also doing window shopping and such. For instance, if you're talking about maybe a supermarket, for instance, you know, there are so many things, you know, just walk into one of the supermarket and see how they do their things. Yeah, the excellent shelves, the offices, you know, you must understand all the departments you are going to have in your company, in your business, that to make you understand what you are going to have inside your shop. One advice I always give to people is that look at how people do things and improve from what they are doing. Yeah, don't just decide to do your things. At least start with what people are doing, then improve on it. Yeah, because what people are doing, the people you have already met in the marketplace, start by doing what they do. Hire the kind of offices they hire. Rent the kind of offices they rent. Hire the kind of staff that they hire. Yeah, sell the type of good that they sell. After you have done at least what they do, from that point you can improve on it to have what you call a cutting edge. To have a cutting edge. Yeah, so at this point, we have rented our space. We have an office. We have the space to run our shop. We have, the office. We have the block. We have maybe hired a parcel of land where we have put up our structures, maybe in the case of manufacturing entities, in case of processing entities, or entities that require big spaces like a garage. Maybe you are a mechanic, you can start, instead of being employed in some garage behind the kiosk, you can start your own garage. You can hire yourself a piece of land somewhere and put up the structures where you're going to receive your customers who require the services that you provide. So at this point now we have the space, we have the equipment, or at least we have a space where we can keep our equipments. We can have our office furnitures. We can have place to stock our goods. We can have shelves to arrange our products. We can have a place where, if you are offering services like the case of hospital address, you have your wards, you have your hospital beds, you have equipments, X-ray machines, and all these kind of things. From there, you have to let's move it further by talking about now the staff. Yeah, now you have the space. The next thing you have to discover is the staff. Yeah, the staff you're going to work with. And I always advise people that let the business demand the staff. Yeah, don't start by just staffing. Yeah, you can just do the bare minimum. For instance, you can just hire a receptionist, because I believe we are entrepreneurs and we are offering goods and services, yeah, that we ourselves can produce. Let me break this down for us in a minute. That it is a tragedy in business to start something you can't do on yourself. You get it? It's a tragedy. It's tragic. Yeah? For instance, you cannot start a garage if you're not a mechanic, because in that case, you are totally dependent on other people. And if you are totally dependent on other people, it means they are going to cut away all your profit. Yeah, they are going to frustrate your business. Yeah, they are going to employ you. You're not the one who is, you are the entrepreneur. You have started a business that you cannot produce. yeah, that you cannot work in it. You have to depend 100% on other persons. I would discourage you from starting such kind of a business. For instance, you cannot start a school if you can't teach. Yeah, because we always assume that at one point, everyone will leave your business except you. What are you going to do? Are you going to close down because everyone else has left? No. Therefore, we say that, let me recap something here because it's very, very important. As you generate that business idea, because maybe some of us are in that stage of generating business ideas, as you do so, remember this. Number one, don't start a business that you don't have interest in, that you don't have passion for. For instance, personally, I am in the construction industry. I'm an engineer, right? I have passion for construction. Yeah, I don't mind soiling my suits with the cement. I have passion for construction. I think construction, I dream construction. You'll find myself with a shovel at the site, working with my foremen, working with my masons, because I have passion for it. Such that if tomorrow they decide they're not coming to work, work won't stop. Yeah, I'll just train other people because it is something that is flowing from myself. Therefore, that business you are thinking about, if you can't do it yourself, don't do it. Don't start a salon if you can't plait hairs. Don't do it because you're going to put yourself in an awkward position that you are totally dependent on other people. So number one, that idea, yeah, you must have passion for it. You must have direct interest in it, such that your interest is not money. Because we said earlier on that if your main goal is money, yeah, if your main goal is money, my goodness, that business is failed even before invention. Interest. Secondly, skills. Don't start something you're not skilled at. Well, you might not have excellent skills. Yeah, you might not have the best of the cutting edge of the skills, but at least you must have at least a technical know-how of how things run, right? Like I do a few things. I do logistic services. I have trucks. I drive them. Yeah, if one day a driver wake up and they have an attitude, they don't want to work, and we have an urgent delivery to make. Yeah, I'll just put my suit down and I wake up from my seat and go and deliver the goods to the customer. Yeah, you must at least be skilled. You must have at least some expertise. You must have at least some training around it, such that you are not blank. You don't know how things are run. You don't know whether people are stealing from you. You don't know whether you are making a profit or not. Yeah, you can't start a hospital if you're not a doctor. Yeah, you can't start a school if you don't have at least a teaching background. This one must be there. All right. So we say the first, you must have passion for it, and secondly, you must have interest in this. You must have at least some connection between you and the idea that you're having. Yeah, so that you know how to, you are going to cut a lot of money that you are going to spend on other consultancy firms, asking people, how do we do this? Consulting here and there, it takes money. So only try your best, yeah, to work in an area that you have interest and you have also skills. Sometimes you have passion in an area but don't have skills. What do? Acquire skills. Yeah, go to school. Go to online studies, get some skills, know how to do ABCD. Let me give you an example. I'm an engineer in the construction industry, but I realized that I need some architectural knowledge. I need some design knowledge, yeah, because some customers will come to ask me questions about designs, about architectural services. Yeah, what did I do? I just went to an online class. I started how to draw designs, how to design buildings, such that I'm not just cocooned in construction, but I also know how to design. I can draw this and that. You understand? So if you have interest in something, also make sure that you couple your interest, you couple your passion with skills. Yeah, you couple your passion with technical know-how. You couple your passion with expertise around the same area. And of course, the third thing, as I close on that, should be, of course, we say the idea should also be trading. So we are saying, and we have said this for some times now, that what is very, very, very important before you enter into that marketplace, it is not what you sell, it is who you are, you as a person. Yeah, and that's why I said we are converting who you are into a good, into a service that is transactable. Yeah, therefore, even before we talk about space, even before we talk about the kind of staff to hire, remember you are the first staff. You are staff number one in your business. In that company, you are the member, or you are the member number one. You are member number one. Therefore, you must understand all aspects about your business. For instance, even if I am an engineer, I understand accounting aspect in the construction industry. Yeah, I understand the front office, I understand the customer care. I might not have all the knowledge, I might not have all the skills around this, I might not have all the experience around it, but I have an idea of how my customer care desk should be ran. Yeah, I have an idea of how to run a call center, because we have a call center where we had a course about our clients. Therefore, I admonish you, go for knowledge, go for skills, go for expertise. Yeah, register for that online class. I remember this as we come to the close of this today's episode. Remember this: we are converting who you are into a good and a service that is transactable. I repeat to us, we are converting who you are. We are converting who you have become. We are converting the skilled person you have become, the experienced person you have become. We are converting the transformed person you have become into goods and services that have transactable values, so that surely your money should grow. Your money should grow. Therefore, ladies and gentlemen, it is always our joy. It is always pleasing to us to bring to you all these programs like Kingdom Finance, where we seek you to prosper, where we seek you to grow, where we seek you to increase. Because remember, God has your blessings, God has your miracles, but He wants to use you to perform these miracles. Therefore, arise, go and get that space. Yeah, because we say these are practical things. These are things you can do practically. So after you have done your paperwork, now you can arise, go and get your space. Go and look around for an office, look around for a shop. Yeah, look around for a piece of land where you can do your plant. Look around for a piece of land where you can do a block to handle your student to do a school. Yeah, because your money should grow. You have numbers there. Keep calling us, keep texting us, keep giving us reviews, keep giving us feedback. Share our programs. We are on YouTube, we are on Facebook. We are reaching to you through all platforms, because we seek to impart you, to mentor you, until you become that person that God wants you to become in the marketplace. Remember, you are an apostle in that marketplace. God bless you. Till next time, I am your host, Daniel. Kingdom Finance, where your money should grow.